challenging there, right? So mid-size company, local Vietnamese have that challenge. Um, the last one is mobile startup, like someone like myself. Um, it's challenging as well, right? If you look at it, the cost of building a product in Vietnam actually not that bad, especially if you're in here on the ground. But you talk about a lot of management because you need to inspire them, but you also need to be manage them as well. Because part of it is a lot of them actually in Vietnam, like most Asian the same way, study very good at math and engineer, but when it come down into teamwork, work globally, or certain standard, they need to be coached. Yeah. So yes.
So is Vietnam, as far as the economy, is Vietnam considered like a third world country, a development country, or something else?
Developing country.
Okay.
I think I'm not good at this, but I think the mid income of Vietnam starting increase. So this is another the thing that you need to watch out when you want to go to Vietnam as well. People go to Vietnam have an assumption that it's cheap to do thing here, right? But if you go to Vietnam and you just think, well, cheap to do business, then should not. I would not recommend because you're gonna get so many hidden costs. Because a good engineer in Vietnam still pay they pay USD, right? Because a lot of them actually outsourcing for company in US or Europe, so they get used to the fact that they got paid in USD, and some of them even got discount. They understand the discount the market is still fine, right? So so that's something that you need to watch out for when you enter this market. Yeah.
So the name of your company, does it mean anything, any significance, or is this a name?
Well, you can see in my shirt right now, say smarter, right? It basically well, because I always interested in people learning, right? So smart people are smart enough have to be smarter, right? And I have, and this is something interesting is that if you I have a series of product that I want to combine this one with, right? Like learn smarter, train smarter, perform smarter, right? So anything you can do better. Smart is not enough nowadays. You have to be smarter.
And you took part in Google for Startups recently?
Correct.
Can you talk about that experience?
Very interesting. It's nothing like I thought. Um, because I got my master in technology commercialization, so I study a lot about entrepreneur and intrapreneur as well, like how you build product and stuff, and launch your idea to market. That's what a professionally trained duty. But then go to the Google Star programs. I think they have something a little bit different in a way.
And was that here in Ho Chi Minh City or back?
City.
It was here, okay.
They actually have a push for the program in Vietnam as well because they realize a lot of good engineer here, right? And a lot of I think the last batch they focus a lot on AI related tech. So very different. But I think the thing that I like most about this whole program is you from outside look into Google, you always like, wow, that company is so interesting, like technology company, right? But then I talked to one of the mentor in the programs. He's a vice president of operation over there. We talk a lot about people related. And the thing that I found interesting is that that stuck with me is actually about founder journey, right? It's nothing to do with technology. The thing that interested me actually about the people, about the founder. Um, because most of staff fail, and I think you know this as well, is that actually the founding team that's challenging. The team that you build from the early day can be, win or lose. And they have a whole section that Google actually talk about that. And they wrote a lot of few good books about us as well. So I think some that you can maybe check out, and if the audience interested, like Workroom, the Bonfire Moments, those are very good books. Maybe you can share with the audience later. But I feel like those actually give you the foundation of how a good, fast-growing tech company in the early days, what Google did, right? And the Bonfire Moment talked about how founder in the Google
Hey,
Accelerator
scoot up
program.
just a little bit more.
Huh?
Scoot up just a little bit more.
The two book, right? The first one is the Bonfire Moments. So that book is basically the people from Google Accelerator programs. They interview a lot of founder, and they basically have a process of how founding team should work together in the early day. Um, Highly recommend it. It's a very interesting read. Um, so yeah, I mean it changed my way of thinking. It changed the way I do building the teams. Yeah,
And how long is the program?
it's well, so they have like 1 week boot kind of accelerating, and then the program I think 3 months or something. And
You have to
then
pay anything for it?
no,
They take equity or anything or?
no, that's
Okay.
the non-equity.
Okay.
Um, but uh, but but the good thing about it is they actually help connect to the right people.
So would you recommend it to other startup founders?
Yeah, I
Okay.
recommend. I definitely recommend. I think it's just more about that. That if you see the good fit for you, because it requires your team to be focused as well. I see some people more benefit from other people. Uh, Part of it is I think that it's more about the commitment of each founder and each teams. So yeah,
Now, do you have any co-founders or is it just you?
it's a long story, but yes, if you ask me last year, yes, I have a co-founder. I have 4 teams. But I think that a bit rough this year. Some of my co-founder they kind of need to have more consistent income.
Yeah.
So they still be around, like talking. We're still in a good relationship. But I think right now it's just me more driving this.